He's saying that if your words are rough, rude, insensitive, and hurtful, it shows you what is inside of your heart. Because he says if you have salt water inside, it's going to flow salt water. It's not going to flow fresh water. So the words that you say, if you see yourself, engage in these kinds of things, it actually shows you what is in your heart. That's what this passage is saying. Your words are a mirror to your heart. And it shows us that our hearts are dark. We must come to terms with the reality that our hearts, in our hearts, is darkness that spews out into hateful words. And we need to deal with that and confess that sin to God. We need to acknowledge that we can't, even if we try to change our hearts, we can't change on our own. We must come to acknowledge our powerlessness over our words. That's what James is essentially saying, that we are really messed up, and it gets to the heart level. It shows us that there's something definitely wrong in our hearts, and we need to come to acknowledge our powerlessness to change this on our own. And I'm so thankful that it doesn't end here, right? How can we control our tongue then? How can we control it? On one hand, we could, try to fix it on our own. We could try to make some adjustments, I didn't realize the power of the words that I was using, and we could try not to use some of those words. But this passage says that the words are an outflow of what is in your heart, right? So unless you deal with what is in your heart, you can't change what comes out of you. There's a fundamental issue, an outflow. Because, it's common sense if you think about it. If your heart is hateful, no matter how much you try to be lovey-dovey to people, it's just fake. It's going to come out. Your hate is going to come out. So you have to deal with the issue of the heart. What is in your heart? How do you renew your heart? How do you get a new heart? James has been arguing that your heart is dark. Your heart is full of evil. It's restless, restless evil. That's what it's coming out of. Now, how do you get a new heart? How do you change this? That's where the gospel of Jesus Christ comes in. Well, first, here's the story.